What's up, guys? Welcome back to their Team Solemn Circus live match. So on the left side here, we have Labyrnth. If this keeps getting more and more support with the cards like Transition Rollback coming out in the next set, this is obviously prior to the set dropping on Wednesday. We do have the deck profile up for that we posted yesterday, but we're going up against Runick Chimera, a deck that's been gaining a lot of popularity, being able to thin your deck out with your Chimera cards and also being able to draw a mass amount of cards with those Runick engine. And of course, we seeing it not getting hit, but they're going to be setting 2 cards and just passing, with Labyrynth to be choosing to go first. Not the greatest opening. We're going to be seeing them pass on a tip activation, which is going to then let them search for potentially a copy of Destruction here. We're going to go for a copy of Freezing Curses instead. Getting rid of that one Ariana in the deck, which is, quite nice. When we start taking out those cards, it is quite useful here. But we're going to be seeing a Fountain going to be activated. Then we're normal summon up the Gazelle, activating the effect. Maybe hoping that we go through our deck a little bit before we maybe start drawing those cards. And then we are seeing getting it hit with Imperm, which is quite nice. They're going to activate a copy of the Freezing Curses to summon out the copy of Hugin here. Hugin's going to be able to activate, discarding the second copy of Tip. It's going to get hit with Ash Blossom there. But then we can activate the effect of... we're ashing the Fountain there. So they did chain block incorrectly. That's going to let us search for a copy of the Fountain. Normally you have it so it's chain blocked, but we are going to be seeing a copy of Lady summoning herself out. Then we're going to activate a copy of the Daruma Karma Cannon. This is going to be able to flip face down. If there's no interaction with this, we will be seeing Lady going to be able to chain to this. And then it's going to be setting Big Welcome here, flipping everything face down. And yeah, it doesn't look too good for us. There might have been a world where we chained the copy of the Chimera Fusion there. Or at least anything. Yeah, we definitely should have chained the Chimera Fusion to it. That would have been making it so that our opponent could not set an additional trap. We're going to go see them go for the Guardian Chimera. And then we can pop 2. And as well as search for the copy of Coatl. We also get that additional draw there. So maybe they wanted them to be able to set that card so they could get that additional pop, leaving them on 1 card left. And they get to search for a Mirror Swords Knight by sending that Coatl to the graveyard. Or Cornfield, whatever it's called in the TCG. They're going to go battle phase and attack, and then just passing on to this. We are going to be seeing a copy of Slumber here. Going to be banishing another Ariana, a copy of Chandelier and Ash Blossom. That is not good. And of course, they're going to be seeing the Fountain get hit with Ash once again. But they're still on 1 card here, and we're just chipping away at 3,300 every time. We're going to be seeing a normal summon of the Mirror Swords Knight, activating the effect, being able to summon out the copy of Big Wing. Big Wing will be able to draw us or add us the Chimera Fusion as well as the Gazelle. And this itself, I believe, is just game, because they can just activate, go for it. It's 55, or yeah, 50, 54. Putting it in defense position is interesting to me, but then we're going to be searching for the Mirror Swords Knight, and then we can summon it out, and then we're actually summoning them in defense position, which is interesting, but they're just going to scoop it up there. We also can't get hit with Ash once again, so we kind of are safe from that. Maybe summoning them in the defense position is just wanting to show how much... Oh, we don't have a battle phase because we went for the Runick spells. Alright, so they didn't deal any damage at all. I keep forgetting about that. The Runick spells making us not have a battle, but they're going to be able to summon out the Mirror Swords Knight, which is going to let them get more advantage in the follow-up turn. They're going to be ripping that last card in hand, leaving them on 1 card once again. And Labyrynth can't really do anything with 1 card, so we'll then be able to see them, just have the advantage and take it during the next turn if they don't have a copy of Runick cards. I was going to say, I should definitely pay attention to that. It's kind of why I don't like the Runick cards personally. I mean, I do like them, but I don't like playing them because I love my battle phase. I love summoning my big monsters and being able to poke over stuff. It just feels like it's not the kind of gameplay I like to play, at least. But we're going to be shuffling it up here. And it looks like we're going to be seeing Labyrinth be choosing to go first once again here. They do have an Ariana this time that they can activate and normal summon it and get the effect, which is a lot better from game one, having, Imperm, Druma Cannon, as well as Lady. And the Runick stuff are not as good going second, so that's also a big factor here. We're searching for a Ku-Klok, which can then going to be able to summon out the Lady and set a card. Then we can activate the Ku-Klok, and then let us activate the copy of Welcome. And that one cannot get hit with Bell. It's the big Welcome. It can only summon from the deck there. So kind of revealing that we have a Bell, but we're not going to be able to do very much against that because of the fact that, big Welcome is a crazy card. We are going to be setting a D barrier instead of maybe summoning out the setting the copy of Big Welcome. But then we're going to be setting the Welcome back with the Lovely that we summoned out here. And we set a D barrier with the Lady. So we are with 6 cards in the hand there. We do know one of them is a Ghost spell, which means that we are going to have quite a problem going up against a copy of Big Welcome. But we are going to be seeing them go battle phase and then activate evenly matched here. I mean, what do you even keep? They're going to chain D barrier, calling Fusion. D barrier should be banished as well, due to cards not leaving the field to the end of the chain. But we do have Lovely on the field now, which is going to be able to protect us from Ash and Bell if it does stick. We're going to see them set 2 cards with the Mirror Swords on the field. And just passing turn on this, we are going to see them activate the effect. They're going to chain Ash Blossom. We're going to chain Call by the Grave on the Ash. That's going to let us summon out the Big Wing, getting us the not Guardian Chimera, but the Gazelle as well as the Chimera fusion here. And then we have another copy using the Gazelle as well as the Baphomet to go into the King of Mythical Beasts, which will be able to rip a card. And we also get to search for a Coatl, I believe, and reborn back out the Mirror Swords Knight, which is quite nice for us. They're going to go battle phase and attack into that, which is fine. I don't believe we're going to be doing anything else. So we're going to be normal summoning with the Ariana here. And we can't really beat over the Mirror Sword Knight as well. It's a very powerful card. All the illusion monsters, which is extremely an underrated effect, cannot be destroyed by a battle. People have 100% lost because of this. But it's going to let us search for a copy of Starvey Torvey or the Big Welcome here. Now, we could search for a Starvey Torvey, then we can activate the effect, discarding the copy of the different dimension grounds in the hand, and then we could use the Lovely to set. I'm just pretending that we just don't have that D barrier in the graveyard. We're going to be seeing them activate the effect here of the Mythical Beast summoning the Gazelle by banishing, to then let us get the third copy of Chimera Fusion here. But yeah, we can activate the effect of Storvey, rather than send or set a Big Welcome. We can then get that to be able to let us add back the copy of the Ku-Klok, and then we can activate the Big Welcome here during the turn, which is why we would do that if we didn't have the copy of D Barrier in the graveyard because of that little misplay. But we're going to be seeing them activate the effect, sending the Starvey Torvey as well as the different dimension grounds. And that's going to let us add back the copy of the Ku-Klok here. Ku-Klok can then be discarding itself, and we're going to be seeing the Lovely setting the D barrier. Unfortunately, we shouldn't be able to do that, but it is fine. Different dimension grounds kind of does the exact same thing. We're going to see them activate the Big Welcome, and they cannot respond because of the Lovely on the field, which is why Lovely is so lovely. Not being able to get ashed or belled on this. It does kind of interact with the copy of Arias, which is kind of interesting because, if you do respond while Arias is in the graveyard, you can summon herself out, but while Lovely on the field, you can't respond, which I think is extremely, doesn't really make any sense to me why they would do that, but that's fine. It is also a very good discard during the end phase, because we can summon it back. And we're seeing the Stormy summoning himself out as well here. But there might have been a world where we did summon out Lady instead. And then we are going to be destroying with the Lovely. I didn't quite see what card that was, but it was a monster card. I believe it was the Bell, to be honest. So now we have 2 of the Chimera Fusions in the hand, as well as a known Coatl, and so that leaves 1 unknown. But they're going to summon out the Oh, so they did bounce Lovely. Okay. I was thinking it was a copy of the Arias, but it was a copy of Lovely there. And then we're going to be seeing them pass turn on this. There might have been a world where we actually reset Big Welcome, but I suppose Big Welcome can actually just bounce a card, and then therefore, get the same effects with Lovely and the Stormy, which can send. We're going to be seeing them going to activate the Coatl, searching for a copy of Big Wing. This is going to let us chain the copy of Chimera Fusion to whenever our opponent flips up D Barrier, which is also going to be interrupting the Lovely. So we're going to chain the Chimera Fusion here using the Big Wing as well as the copy of Gazelle. And our opponent does know that we have a second copy in our hand there, so chances are they're not going to be flipping up that D Barrier on this, but rather using it as an imperm-ish effect. And we're going to be summoning or adding back the copy of Mirror Swords Knight and then summoning out that Coatl. Then we can link away into an SP. SP chain, or SP is going to activate, attempting to banish the Lovely. They're going to chain the copy of D Barrier here. We're going to be chaining the Little Knight. And they're going to be chaining a copy of Big Welcome to bounce back. To bounce back the Lovely there, therefore they're not going to be banishing it off the SP. And then we're going to be seeing the Lady as well as the SP banish itself. Which is pretty nice. We will be able to dodge that, which is kind of cool. Lovely being banished hurts the deck quite a bit. So it's nice to see them find ways to dodge it. They're going to be letting the Ariana draw here because a card was bounced due to the effect of a normal trap. Then they're going to be seeing them add back the Chimera Fusion there. And we do looks like we have a tip in the hand. If we have a Runick card, we could go for a copy of... We do have Freezing Curses. We are locked under fusions, though. We'll see them set 2 more additional cards here. Those zones are cursed. And then we're going to be seeing them activate the Stormy, sending itself as well as that Lovely from the hand to be able to set most likely a Big Welcome. And then we're going to be seeing the end phase, the effect of Lovely as well as, or Lady as well as SP come back here. The Lovely is gone. Then we're going to draw for turn. They're going to be banishing with the Gazelle and the Great, or the, not the Gazelle, one of the Chimera guys to bring back the other guy. And then we can chain the Mirror Swords Knight here to summon out a copy of Gazelle. And then we're going to chain the Lady to attack position here. And we do have the Big Welcome that can activate, summoning out the copy of Lovely. But, we are fixing those zones now, which is nice. We're going to see the Chimera Fusion being flipped face up. They're going to chain the Big Welcome here. We're going to be pretty much forced to chain the SP unless we want Lady to be able to set from the deck. Which we are going to be seeing them chain here. And we can summon out the copy of Arias, which can then bounce back the Ariana. Summoning out I don't think we should summon out the Ariana there, personally. Maybe the Arias or a copy of Chandelier. Um, but like if they do summon out the Guardian Chimera, we're getting that popped, so it's kind of like a hard choice to do. But we're summoning with the Chandelier there, and then they're going to go into a copy of. They go into a copy of the illusion guy, or even they could go for a Magnum here, which they are going to be doing, using it in one monster from the hand to go for the copy of Magnum in defense position here. And we're going to be seeing the effect of Storby to summon himself out. We don't have a regular welcome in the graveyard, so we won't be able to get that. Putting them in attack position is also interesting to me, but they're going to activate the effect of Storby setting itself and the copy of Blackjack. This is the Blackjack build, which is going to be finally able to set the first welcome Labyrinth. And then we can activate the effect of the Coup Clock and of the Blackjack. But they are going to be chaining the Magnum to pop the Welcome Labyrinth there, I believe. We're seeing the Coup Clock summoning himself out, and they could go for a link to being and they can go for a Dark Charmer if they wanted to summon out. There's lots of options that they can do. They haven't normal summoned either. We could go for Muckraker, bring back out the Lovely. Droll definitely will not be useful in this matchup here. So we could go for that. We could still normal summon out the Ariana, activate the effect, letting us search for a card, which could be a copy of Big Welcome there. We also see that the Lady is going to be coming back, but they're going to get hitting that with a Freezing Curses there, so making sure that they do not get that. And then we banish the top cards of our deck. Which we do hit a Storby as well as a copy of Droll. We can then normal summon out the Ariana and activate effect, searching for a copy of Big Welcome. We'll be able to set a copy, either reset the copy of Welcome in the graveyard, and then we can summon out the Lovely as well here. Lady's going to be coming back during the end phase alongside the SP. We can smack down a Typhon there. I believe Muckraker has more attack than the copy of Ariana. And this will be able to clear the copy of Magnum. I don't believe it does anything, right? When it destroys itself? No, it does not. And then the Ariana will be able to destroy the copy of the Gazelle here. You have to be on face-up stuff, but that's fine. Then we're seeing a set one as well as the end phase copy of the SP alongside the Lady summon herself back out. But we're going to be seeing them chain the Gazelle to summon back once again the Magnum the Reliever here during that end phase. Then Lovely and SP. And then we're going to be passing our turn on this. We do have a copy of the Big Welcome, but we won't be able to chain the effect of Lady anymore because of our own Typhon. We're going to be seeing the effect of Chimera Fusion adding itself back. Or no, we're going to be seeing the effect of the Magnum put itself to the bottom of the deck and then drawing a card. My bad. I could say don't they shouldn't have any copies of the king in the graveyard. We're going to see them set one card there, and they're going to activate the big welcome. And that's going to be summoning out the lovely, and then they're going to chain SP to this. Okay. And then we're going to get all the effects of our welcome being set, our Storm be adding back, as well as the Chandelier adding back here. And then Lovely is going to be destroying the copy of the Magnum. And we do have quite a lot that we can activate. They're just going to scoop it up their res, and their opponent has a lot. They're going to be able to go battle phase, and we don't get a battle phase for quite a bit, at least the following turn, because of our freezing curses here. So going to be able to try to get rid of those stuff, as well as I think we ran out of Big Wings and Gazelles from the deck. But it is kind of hard, playing against a grind game like Labyrinth. We did see that evenly matched did come in really clutch there, but unfortunately had ways to bounce back those copies of Lovely, which would have been quite detrimental if we ended up hitting it first. Sometimes you just have it it's just rough. Labyrinth, it's a fun deck to play. Truly is a really fun deck, but when you're playing against it, it's sometimes not very fun at all, which I think is really interesting. But I really am enjoying playing it off and on. Same thing with Vanadium, but I truly do miss Shavara. That card didn't deserve to be gone, bro. It could have at least gone the 2. Come on, man. But Runick cards are not my thing. I know that for sure. Diving on to Game 3, we'll be seeing the Chimera Runick player choosing to go first here. They can set up, ripping their card from the hand, potentially having a potential draw 3 as well as digging through their deck. But at the same time, Runick will be able to potentially even play during their opponent's turn with the copies of Kuklok as well as Chandelier or Storby there. Or even using this the one of Arias with the trap cards in the hand. We're going to be seeing the Cornfield going to start off by searching us for a Mirror Swords Knight. I do see a Droll in the hand though. We do have the Call of the Grave. There's no way. They had Ash and they had this for that. But we're going to be activating the effect of Mirror Swords Knight. And they have the Ash anyways. Talk about feel bad. But we did get rid of 2 cards in their hand. And that itself is quite nice. Granted, we have used our normal summon. But do we maybe have a copy of a Runick card to be able to draw? We don't. We set 1 and pass. We're going to be seeing Ariana being normal summoned there. Activating its effects. Going to be able to search for... Looks like they're thinking about the Arias. They do have a Welcome in the hand. They could very well activate that. And yeah, we're going to see them search for the Arias here. And they're going to take a second to read that card. Activate the Arias. That's going to let them set a copy of Big Welcome. And then they're going to right away activate the Big Welcome there. We don't see an Ash in response to this. They're going to be bouncing back the Lovely. Or they're going to be summoning out Lovely, bouncing back the Ariana. My bad. And then that's going to be able to activate the effect, destroying one of the cards in the hand. And we're going to be destroying the copy of Gazelle. That is an insane hit there. That was going to be their normal summon during the next turn. Then we're going to be seeing the Welcome going to be the Big Welcome being reset by the Lovely. We're going to be attacking with that Lovely for 29 and then setting an additional card and passing on that. We do have the Mirror Swords Knight though for additional normal summon. That is quite a nice top deck there. The last card in the hand is the Fountain. But will we have a way to deal with this Mirror Swords Knight is the question. We're We're going to activate the effect. They're going to chain the big welcome here. It's going to summon out the Storby bouncing itself back. And then we will be able to summon out the copy of Big Wing Bephermat. Or going for Gazelle. Lovely can then pop either the card in the hand or on the field. They're going to chain Super Poly to this because, they summoned Gazelle here because it is a beast and the Lovely is a fiend. Therefore, they can go for a king. That is quite nice. And we still get the effect of, or I guess we don't get the effect of Gazelle because they doesn't actually get to see its trigger on the field. And then Lovely will be destroying it. But we are going to be... What are we search? How we get to search there? It didn't get to activate. And then we're going to be seeing the copy of... Yeah, I'm not too sure. Oh, I guess we get to search off when it gets sent, so... The cornfield's going to send, or search. Then we're going to set one, and we're going to be seeing Star Victoria activate, sending the copy of Blackjack to the graveyard here. And then it's going to be setting a copy of a Welcome Labyrinth. And then we're going to see Blackjack going to activate its effects, organizing the top of the deck. We're going to banish, and then we do see an imperm, so therefore we can set the imperm. Choosing to set it in a different column, though, where we are going to be activating Ice Dragon's Prison to summon out the copy of Gazelle here. And then we get the draw for turn, which is quite nice. We're going to normal summon with the Ariana, activate the effect there. Searching for a copy of... the Kuklock. I'm not too sure why we need Kuklock. I mean, maybe it's just for the rotation, having it in rotation there. Because we do have the Welcome here, which can set up the copy of Lady. And they're just going to realize it's going to be enough for a game there, and they're going to scoop it up, calling it quits. Yeah, they could have just gone Battle Phase and attack, which we could have seen there. But unfortunately, we did see that Super Poly, which is really cool. Choosing to summon with the Gazelle over the Big Wing because you want to have those levels match up. I wonder if there could have been like a possibility where they chose to go for a different copy and maybe going for Mud Dragon, or maybe Garua. I'm not even sure. But regardless, hopefully you enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see more content like this. And let me know what you guys think of the Labyrinth deck profile that we posted up yesterday. Don't forget to stay safe. Peace.